This is Dan Tortora here on Wake Up Call with the head coach of the Syracuse Orange football program, Fran Brown. Fran, how are you?
I'm good. How you making out?
Doing very well. I kind of want to go, there's a lot of different places and things that you've spoken about in these last few months, but one of the things that I'd love to know more about is going back to your beginnings, your childhood, your roots, to kind of learn about Fran Brown growing up, coming up, and just what you can tell us about those early days of connecting to football.
I've always liked to play football. I guess football started when I was younger. My mom's brother, Charlie Brown, my uncle Charlie, and then one of his best friends, Sean Butler. They used to be at my house when we were little, and they had like the pillows to the couch, and they'd be like 15 yards away, and they'd make me run through the pillows. And I couldn't make it through, and then they would have me back up really, really far, and then run all the way through it. And I'd run through the pillows, but literally they was moving it on purpose, so it made me feel like a hit. Then they would just show me things and make me run little routes. And then when my uncle came back from the Persian Gulf War, I asked him, could I play football? I said, I want to play football. I want nobody to let me. And then he took me out to go play. I signed up, played for the 90-pounders out of Centerville, and just been wanting to play and wanting to be around the game ever since. That's like where football started with me, with being there, getting a chance to play, getting a chance to do it. It kind of started with my Uncle Charlie.
So looking back to those pillow days and running as fast as you could into that, to where you are today, seeing these guys hit and, seeing everything that football's become, the evolution of that in your life from your beginning moments with it to now being a head coach and seeing this, there's been a long journey. Some of those pieces on the way, some of those stops on the way, do you have a most memorable place or moment or something that kind of sticks out in this long history that you've had with football?
A lot that sticks out. I would say in high school we had like a 3-overtime Thanksgiving game. That meant a lot because our city, like everyone was there, and it was kind of a time where you had the entire city there. We were playing against Woodrow Wilson, who's now known as the East Side, and we went in 3 overtimes and won on Thanksgiving, so it was pretty cool like that. Something that always stick out. It was like 12-6 with the final. Winning the national championship and being on the field with my daughter, my wife, my 2 sons, and just getting to celebrate and enjoy that with them. That was like really big. I think that will always stick out. Honestly, having the opportunity of becoming the head coach here, that's like big. It was just a big moment, and for it to happen, it still seems surreal. It's just like, hey, this is really happening. This is really going on. So every practice is important to me. Everything I do when it comes to the game of football. Anybody that tells you that played with me from younger all the way up, they'll tell you I took football serious.
Yeah, down in Boca, I know that you spent some time with the alumni going into the game for the Boca Bowl, and what I saw with you that was different than seeing other head coaches over the years is you were talking about plays, you were getting into scheming, you were kind of talking through things with the alumni and speaking on different things that you see on the field, different ways that you can do things. It seems like you still have that passion, that love, that dedication to the game, and sometimes it becomes a job, but I feel like with you, it's just kind of second nature to break down film even when you're just talking with people, and I think that interaction with the alumni really stuck out to me, how passionate you are about every single play and different things that stick out to you.
I work with Kirby Smart, and Will Muschamp were very detailed in that, and I got to do it for 2 years where everything counted, every little piece of it. And I think that goes back to all of the coaches that I got a chance to work with, Greg Chiano and also Matt Rule. Those dudes were all like detailed about football, so I was lucky enough. Steve Adazio loves the game, but those guys that I got to work with, like the former ones with Matt Rule, Greg Chiano, Kirby Smart, Will Muschamp, those guys are like everything counted, and it was important to them. So, I think I owe a lot of that to them. I think I owe a lot of that to my high school head football coach and my high school offensive coordinator. Mark Pease was my head football coach, but also a father figure to me. And then I got the chance to play under Tom McNair, who taught us a lot of football, and I was a quarterback in high school. So there was a lot of things that he taught me in football, and he always talked about everything. Looking at the safety, seeing 1 high, seeing 2 high, backer being too wide, back. It's just different thing, seeing what's the front, what front are they in, you know, is 5 men in the box, is it 6 in the box, how they bring in 6 in the box. So like all those little pieces like help me from being younger. Then I love to talk football. Like it's football. Like that's what men do, right? Like we talk about football, we watch the game, we see it. Like see different things that could happen, things that we could and can't do. Like I'm okay with you critiquing and telling me what we were doing wrong or hearing it, because like everyone knows, like everyone has their own opinion. There's some things that I can learn from others, so that's why I don't mind talking. And like if we're at a little league football game and we want to talk about what's going on in the football, you'll see it. You know, different things. I just think that this game needs to be played tough and violent. You know, as long as you're out there trying to hit and you're understanding, eyes up and protect yourself, I just don't want to play soft. You know, everything else, like, let's talk the game.
And you said tough and violent. We know Syracuse history to be like that, that punchdown dragout. Are we returning to that with kind of your own extra piece to it? I mean, are we going to see that punchdown dragout piece?
I'm just going to play tough. I mean, I think I got a little different spike than most people, you know, when it comes to that. There's always a difference in who you are, but, I mean, football is football. Your first down is a first down. Teams that are physical and like to hit, teams that can run the football usually win. You know, if you can't run the ball, it's a hard chance that you won't win unless you have some amazing wideouts and a great offensive line that can protect the quarterback to just throw all day long. But, you know, we want to be able to throw the ball, we want to be able to run the ball. We just won't be physical, though. You know, on defense, we want to hit, we want to control the line of scrimmage. So that's what that's about.
And you look at the guys that you brought in. I was talking to George O'Leary, who obviously has connection back to Syracuse. When he was at UCF, he said, you build in the trenches. If you don't build from the inside out, then you're not coaching correctly. So when we look at the offensive and defensive line, we look at the moves you've made, the transfer portal, as well as just recruiting in general and bringing in who you brought into who you already have. What do the trenches look like for your first step as the Syracuse head coach?
You just got to keep getting tougher. I think we brought in some really tough physical guys. I think some guys that we brought in have to get tougher, need to be more physical, need to fix their bodies the right way so that way you can reach their max potential. But, you know, it's all about building inside. I think we've done a good job with that. You got some size. You know, we only got size. That's the main thing. First, just make sure we get big people. And then if you get big people that can put on size that are athletic, then they'll have an opportunity to compete to help you be able to ultimately go out and win games. Because, like, no matter what, it's going off of those, I'm going to be judged off of those 12 Saturdays, right? You know, so see what we do Saturday. We want to be the best in the country. We don't have to be better than every team every week. We just got to be one team once at a time, one game at a time. And really at the end of the game, just have one more point than they got. You know, I was always taught that 1 point's a butt whipper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking for that.
And one of the things about you, when we talk about going back to the beginning for you to now, is that my experience with you is that you're real. You tell people what you feel, you tell people what you're thinking. You can see that your mind's always working through, whether you're sitting up at a press conference or you're at practice. And I've heard that from the alumni. They like that you're so genuine, that you are who you are. Just what you can say about staying that in today's world where there's a lot of fake, there's a lot of social media, there's a lot of saying something for the cameras, but what I always hear is Fran Brown is Fran Brown.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm from Camden, New Jersey. I was born and raised there by my mom and my uncles, Uncle Troy, Uncle Charlie, Wayne, all those guys. They taught me in life you have your name and your word. You know, and where I come from, my last name means everything. You know, it means a lot to me. To uphold that, I was sent with it out the right way. I can't mess it up. You know, but the easiest way to mess your name up is by saying something that you don't believe in, or not being a man of your word. You know, so that's important that I kind of stand on what I say, regardless how you feel about what I say. I try to make sure I can try not to. I don't like to sugarcoat things, so sometimes my truthness may make you feel uncomfortable. But people say they want the truth. You tell them the truth, then they upset about it. Or now I don't like him, but like, why? Because I told you the truth. So it's kind of like I'm gonna just speak what I feel. You know what I mean? You can speak what you feel. I'm just confident in who I am in all aspects of life. So I think that's what helps, because you know I know that God has a plan for me, and I'll try to follow that plan. here, I'm gonna speak the truth and make it the right way, because it's not about me, it's about the S. You know, none is bigger than Syracuse. Like, you know, no player, no coach, anyone at all. Like, we're gonna do everything we can to make sure this S get the respect that it deserves. So that's kind of, you know, what it comes down to.
When you were, like you had spoken about, you reached out to Syracuse and you wanted an opportunity for this job. What did you see in this Orange S before you got offered the job?
I just seen history. I see Donovan McNabb, I see Marvin Harrison, Dwight Freeney, Donovan Darius, Floyd Little. Like, you know, I see all those things that you go back to when I'm a kid. I see me sitting down watching Express with my son and understanding and knowing that that's like real, and then I get an opportunity to go here and help put Syracuse where they belong. You know what I mean? And where it belongs at, and then I get a piece to write my name on that. You know, to be able to do it. Like, you see, the only two pictures that I made sure they kept in the office was 1959 and 1987. You know, those other years they did a great job. Amazing players, like Hall of Fame, Freeney, Hall of Famer, Marvin Harrison, Hall of Famer, in my opinion, right now, coming soon, Donovan McNabb, and you just keep going down the list. All those guys that all got a chance to play together and do that, all Hall of Famers. So it's important that, you know, I get to come back and I get to be a part of that. Like me, Fran Brown from Camden, New Jersey, get to be a part of something that Marvin Harrison set up and made a program that people need to look at for the rest of the time. And not junior, senior. He's a hell of a player, but, you know, like senior was just quiet assassin who will kill you every Saturday, and then he went and killed every Sunday, and that's why he's doing what he's doing now. So, you know, I'm excited about that. But I mean, you see what I have on my wall, just those pictures, you know, with the Dwight Freeney's, they just putting his up to make sure. But Marvin Harrison, Floyd Little, McNabb, Donovan Darius, Jim Brown, you know, just all those pieces. Those are dudes that, like, when I think about the program, and there's so many other guys that were really good. You know, with all due respect to all of them, and it's nothing towards, it's just so many. But I just go back to, like, what I know as a kid, you know, like everybody, you should have remembered in 1985 and all these teams that beat, you know, different schools in our region that we want to make sure we're able to dominate. Like, in 1985, I'm 2 years old, so I don't necessarily remember everything in 1985 the whole time. Yeah. But there's other times I do, so, I mean, I'm just thankful for this.
You were 2 in 1985. I was born in 19, so I was a couple years younger than you.
Yeah.
Back in 85. Yeah. And so you look back on those days, and you look back on all those moments, but when you had an opportunity to take that jump from Georgia and from being a part of, you know, 2 national championships, you could have reached out to another place. There's over 130 Division I FBS programs. Like you said, you talk about the history here and what that means to you, but why did Syracuse stick out from everything else?
Because this the crib. Like, this is home. Like, this the crib. Like, I'm 4 hours from Camden. It's in New York, New Jersey, New York, all the same. We all got the same vibes, the same feel. When I'm around here in Syracuse, when I go down the hill to go get my hair cut, like, I'm home. Like, I'm comfortable. And I believe that the community needs me here right now. You know, just from a community standpoint of an uplifting of a crime rate, to be able to help the crime rate drop, you know, the things of that nature, to be able to show that, okay, let's get this rise. Let's have our entire community, everybody, let's all get paid. Let's all make money. Let's allow our children to go get educated. Let's do all the things that are needed. And I think, like, God placed me here to be able to do that. So it's important that I'm here, not just for me, for football. You know, this is about building this community up. You know, and once I do that, and able to get that done the right way, because they're going to help take care of my child. So why would I not help with all of them? You know, doing it all the right way. So I want to build the entire community, and it looks like where I'm from. You know, it's a bunch of kids that look like me. You know, and all different races here that need help, and that's what I love to do. I love community service. I'm a Christian. It means a lot to me. So I want to help others and be able to put smiles on other people's faces, and not expecting a reward or not expecting a pat on the back. Like, I mean, I don't think there's no better feeling than that.
This is my hometown. I grew up maybe 10 minutes away from your office. You talk about doing so much more for the community beyond football. You said helping the crime rate go down, helping other people's kids. How do you, as a football coach, have an effect on all of Syracuse and Central and Upstate New York?
Because I am them. We're the same people. I grew up just like them. We all grew up hard. That's like we're up, regardless where we're from. We are all like this blue collar. Like, we work hard here. Like, we're in the north. Like, we work hard. Everything that everybody got, no matter like what generation you are, that you may have got, like you was born into it, but someone in your family worked, and that's in your blood.
Yeah.
And we all got to work, because that's what we do when you're from up north. So me being able to do that is important. Me having the 25th to the 27th for the youth programs all throughout Syracuse and all over, having a camp, that's $1 each day. The 25th is $1, 26th is $1, the 27th having a camp for them $1 from 2 to 7 o'clock at night. Just being able to be there for them and doing those things like that, it's up because all I got to do is change 3 lives a year. And it just keeps switching, you know what I mean? You continue to talk, and it's just somebody else and somebody else, because it's switching the entire household, because somebody did it for me, so why would I not reach back and do that for everyone? And it doesn't matter the color either, you know? It's everyone, you know, we all hurting, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all got people in need and got people that need things, so like, you know, I'm who you are, you know, and they say, like, you're from the, everybody talk about being from the bottom or being from the mud, like I am. You know, I was born in a different environment, and I'm so thankful for the environment that I was born in, because it taught me to love, it taught me to care, it taught me to be humble, you know what I mean, to understand, and it humbled me, you know what I mean, understanding, like, there's 2 different types of pressure I always talk about. So there was times where things were going well, and then I went outside of the box of what I was supposed to be doing to continue to have that success. And then when you go outside the box, you're like, that ain't what I want. So then you see yourself fall flat on your face. Now it's, okay, show them that I can handle that good pressure and continue to stick to the script, continue to do those things. And I think I'll be able to show our community, and we'll all lock up together and get tight together and just make it work for everybody. You know, let's all be successful. Let's all do it the right way.
The biggest part of our conversations off the air, and what I really wanted to lead to in this one-on-one conversation with Fran Brown, Syracuse Orange head football coach here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, is the fact that you and I have a lot of similarities. We have a strong faith in God. Outside of that, when we talk about community, I have been beating the drum for a decade at least of wanting the alumni to be involved. That's important to you. Mm-hmm. I want to see the local kids wear orange and blue for Syracuse. You got Dante Baccier from my alma mater of CBA. You went and got Matthew Hall in there. You got Darius Williams there. And then we look at what you did with Cartier as well, coming from CNS and having that opportunity for him to get another big guy in our community. Faith in God, plus the community, the alumni, all of these things that I got in your introductory press conference that made me feel like I got my coach, which I've never told you that, but I feel like I got my coach.
I appreciate that. I can't really speak on those prospects because they are signed here right now, but this is my community too, and it's your community just as well as it is Coach Jack's. You know, and when I told Coach Jack and I got the job here and I've done it, I'm gonna do everything to make this community our community, and I'm gonna treat it the right way. You know, it's no different than I would treat where I'm from. I'm just not there. You know, the best way for me to continue to make the Camden continue to rise is by doing a good job where I'm at. So by them seeing me do a good job where I'm at, that helps. By me not being from here and I'm coming here and I'm showing them like, dang, he's successful, and look how he's working, look how he's involved with us here, and I make them do it. See, sometimes you gotta go away from where you're from to really be able to help. If I stay where I'm at and I'm doing a great job and I'm coaching and I'm doing all this stuff, but I'm consistently around there with all of them, it's like, he here, like, what's the point? Like, right where we at. You know, he's doing the same thing I'm doing. He drives the same car that we drive. Like, we could do those same things. So you can make young kids think that it might be okay to still hustle. You know what I'm saying? To be outside, because like, yo, he around here hanging with us. He doing those same things. But when I come from a different neighborhood and I'm out here around, now I can show you, now this is what we're supposed to do. Like, this is how you're supposed to work. You're supposed to come back and help. But in the same sense, you got to do your job and do those things every day. But I'm here to build the community. You know, it's important to me to do that. I'm here to show these young men get closer to somebody higher above. I don't care what your religion is, but it isn't because of you. You know, it's because of the man above me. I'm a Christian, so with me is Jesus Christ, and which means everything to me. It's Allah with some of the players on my team that are Muslim, and I want them to push, and I want them to be the best. I want to lock in on it. My Jewish guys that's doing whatever leaves off, pretty much the same, but I want to make sure that those guys are locked in on it, and like I push them to go be the best. My mom loved me to death before she passed. My wife loves me. She can't substitute God. hard work. I could work my butt off, and it's going to all eventually pay off. If I can give you 20 million, you give me 20 million, and we sit down and don't do nothing the next 5 years, we're going to end up broke anyway. So that's baked in that hard work. It can't be substituted, which is why we got dark. Detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough. If you're detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough in all aspects of your life, you have your faith, and you're willing to work hard, how can you not make it?
So the last point here for you, Fran, is who is Fran Brown? And that faith that drives you, how has that created the man that I'm sitting next to?
I like to have fun, honestly, outside of ball. Just like if I'm off and I got literally 2 free days outside of recruiting, crazy. I'll be trying to do that and just talk and play and mess with our staff. But I like playing cards. I play tonk with my grandmother. I do things like that. I'm really good at tonk, so if anybody won't play, get with me. That's one thing that I play cards a lot. I like playing games. I like watching movies with my wife. We watch scary movies, us and the family. We like going out to eat. Here, we like going to Vito's a lot sometimes, but we just like eating and playing. I like being around family. I don't go nowhere. I don't go out, so I like chilling, being around family. I like playing sports, just watching my son do stuff. I enjoy watching Franny and Bray now playing sports. My oldest in college and seeing him become a man, and then just being there with my 11-year-old, because all the things that I didn't get to do with Franny, I get to do with Braden now, because it's like, okay, I grew up, I understand stuff more. That was a grind, and then there's many things that I can't do with Braden that I understand and get to do with my daughter, or be able to do with my grandkids, because Franny's about to be 20 soon, and eventually one day he'll have some kids, so then I'll be able to do that. But just, man, family, really. I like being with my family. I like playing. I like laughing. I like crack a lot of jokes. We do meetings where I come from. We bust jokes on everybody all the time, and it can get personal. So that's one thing. Don't crack jokes and think there's certain things you shouldn't say. I'm one that they always say, "Dang, you're always going too far." You know what I mean? So I like to have fun though. And I enjoy my staff, playing with them. They like us having jokes, and they'll tell you it's kind of really who I am. I like watching basketball. I enjoy watching basketball and boxing. Boxing is something that's really fun to watch. I wish Mayweather was still boxing. I always enjoy watching Mayweather. Yeah. I like watching Tank right now. I think he's exciting when it comes to boxing. Really. And all other guys can box. People can box. I'm just more so, I like the main event. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch him and see who can box on my own. And then there's certain dudes that got it's like, okay, I like him because there's a different level of toughness. And I look for that toughness in them when they box and see okay, he doesn't flinch at all. And I watch different people, so that's why I like to watch the boxing. And I like doing that in basketball too. When I sit there and watch, like right now, of course, I'm a little upset that the Knicks beat the Sixers, but I like the Sixers because Rick Brunson, who's a good guy, a friend of mine, watching his son, seeing him put that dog in his son, he don't flinch. So little pieces like that I like to watch. And when you see one, you're like, okay, he one of them, like Kobe, Michael Jordan, like different guys that they just don't flinch. So I look for that. That's why I like watching sports, to see that. Then I try to study who they were. Okay, where does he come from? Why does he act this way? What does he got in him? You usually see that dude built with something different.
And coming here from Fran Brown, it goes by quick sitting here with you having this conversation, but I appreciate the fact that we got to talk, and like I said, more than anything else, to me, like I said, your faith in God and your desire to bring the community from what it was here at Syracuse and everyone that helped build it to the future, and really just digging in and recruiting in the community and beyond that. You've done so much in a short amount of time to show somebody like me who returned to my city after being away for a while, like you said, show them what you can do outside, come back and help. Seeing what you've done, and I think it goes well beyond wins and losses. I think you've already won a lot of hearts in the community, and beyond everything else, I appreciate the fact that you're real and you've given me your time, and you've always shown me a level of respect and appreciation, reverence for God that I don't think you see every day. So I don't think I can put it into words adequately, but thank you for being in my hometown.
I appreciate you having me. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you too.
Yeah.
Thank you.